So the Cowboys rolled over the Texans 34-0 in their third preseason game Saturday night. Dak played 2 series, completing 2 of 5 passes, including a 12-yard touchdown strike to Michael Gallup. And as Zeke's holdout stretches into late August, Dallas rookie running back Tony Pollard racked up 26 yards on 6 carries and caught a couple of passes out of the backfield as well. So, Shannon, how impressed were you with, the Cowboys?
I thought the defense played well. They pitched the shutout, didn't let them get into the end zone. Offensively, nothing. I mean, you excited about 2 of 5 for 22 yards?
Yep, I am.
And in the preseason, he's 11 of 14 for 109 yards and a touchdown. Like I'm saying, dinking and dacking, ain't nothing happening. Simple as that, Skip. But don't get your hopes up too high over there. I know you over there keying, but ain't nothing going on.
I'm not keying.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you all happy. All the Cowboys. We gonna win. You're not winning anything.
I'm wow.
Yeah, okay. and your guy, Tony Pollard, not Mike, distant cousin of Mike Pollard. Tony Pollard. Look, I get it. You know, they hit him with a little draw play, caught the Texans in a sub defense, and he gassed him for a couple of I think 15 yards. But they'll get Skip. If you think for 1 second Tony Pollard can take you where you want to go, clearly you don't really want to go there. Now, I know what that 2-1, the guy that's in Cabo that's been training in the sand, I know what that guy can do because I've seen it for 3 years, and I've seen enough. One guy run you to a 500, maybe a game above 500. The other guy can run you to the Super Bowl, which, hey, until Jerry breaks bad, we're going to stay in Cabo. We're not coming back till y'all do right by us. And right now, you're not doing right.
So, Jenny, I got to get new glasses or something. I don't know. I got to get some Shannon Sharp glasses.
Something.
I don't
Skip,
know.
he was 2 of 5. Stop it. You make it seem like he was 22 or 25.
I did get LASIK, though, and it really works because I can see for miles.
Really?
And watching my TV in my living room on Saturday
Whatever.
I saw a Super Bowl team on full display. I saw 27-0 at halftime, and albeit against the Texans that didn't play Deshaun more than a series. I get all that. But I saw a team that flashed and flexed its deep talent on side. This team is deeply loaded. I might give you this. Philly might have a little more on paper up front, skill positions, but my team is on the rise, and it gets better by the snap in the preseason, and you can just feel the momentum building on both sides of the ball because my defensive line, even without DeMarcus Lawrence, without Robert Quinn, without Randy Gregory, it is deep and talented.
The Houston Texans are terrible. Remember, Deshaun Watson was sacked more. Skip, only Deshaun Watson was sacked more than Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times last year. So if Deshaun Watson was taken down more, that means he was, sacked more than 56 times. And you up here hooting and hollering about your defense taking down Deshaun Watson. Really?
He was under fire right from the start. And by the way, that team featuring Deshaun Watson beat my team in overtime in Houston on a Sunday night. And Zeke, I don't know what happened. He was in the lineup that night. So what happened? But guess who wasn't there? Amari Cooper.
Dak was in the lineup also.
Guess who was only a rookie last year and was used a little too sparingly? His name is Michael Gallup, and you're going to remember that name because you're going to have to repeat it on many NFL.
Oh, so now he's going to be, he's Michael Irvin.
He is emerging. I didn't say Michael Irvin, but he's emerging as a deep threat and a threat all over the field. And my quarterback, who, by the way, is average and can't throw, once again on Saturday night said, average this,
2
Shannon
for 5.
Sharp.
2 for 5. Is that good?
So the first 2 throws of the night were incomplete. So the first 2 incompletes of his preseason. And the first one was incomplete because Michael Gallup somehow on an option route went one way and Dak threw it the other way.
So you blaming Michael Gallup, I bet.
No, I think it was Michael Gallup.
There you go. Don't do that.
That's hard to know.
Yeah. And then on the next one, Dak made a great throw, and the DB impeded Michael Gallup, and a flag should have been thrown, but it was not.
Well, then why didn't Jason Garrett challenge?
So all of a sudden, it gets down to 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. This is a tough conversion. 3rd and goal. What's tougher than 3rd and goal from the 12? And what does my quarterback number 4 do? What does he do, Shannon? Can we see it? He shrugs off a rusher like he's Big Ben Roethlisberger because he goes about 240. Then he bolts up into the pocket. It looks like he's going to run with it, which I'm good with that. And all of a sudden, he throws a crossbody rocket to Michael Gallup, who shields off his receiver, bodies him off, and makes a nice catch in the end zone. Touchdown. You are going to see lots of that this year.
The guy barely got a hand. He got a finger on
Shrugged
Dak's
him
shoulder.
off. Well, 240, you know.
Oh, you going to show me he shrugged at a Skip for real?
Easy. Yeah, for real. So then, once again, I saw this kid named Mike Pollard or Tony Pollard. I don't know what his name is. Oh, I think it's Tony Pollard, actually. I heard Mike on the show last week, but Tony Pollard flashed again for me, and I saw big-time potential from him because the first play that we see in this riff is a 3rd and 1 play, and Tony Pollard blasted up the middle, and he ran with physicality between the tackles. I never saw at Memphis because they didn't let him run between the tackles, and I'm saying, wow, that is impressive. Okay. So then we go to a 1st down run, and he gets loose. This is still, he's battling away. And the 1st down run, he just gets loose. Now, that's some big-time acceleration and power.
Zeke would have hit his head on the goalpost.
It looked a little Zeke-ish to me.
No, it did not look Zeke-ish.
A little Zeke-ish.
No, it did not look like Zeke.
And then could we show the screen pass that got loose? This is on 3rd and forever. And it's just a little flip here. And here he goes, acceleration. Look out. And he bursts through, and he's gone down to the 1-yard line. But it was nullified because there was a flag on Jason Witten. What are you doing, Jason? Oh, he threw him down. It's a little back in the, block in the back.
Yeah.
But it was borderline.
There's no borderline.
Shannon Sharp would not have thrown a flag.
That was not borderline. Right. Was it a penalty?
It got called back.
Okay, so why'd you show that?
You got to see the play in full stream. You got to see
that play didn't happen.
There he was.
It didn't happen.
You know what? That Mike Pollard, he looks like he could be a big-time addition to the Dallas Cowboys.
Off at my name.
So can you imagine what's going to happen when Amari comes back with Michael Gallup and with Randall Cobb? Can you imagine what's going to happen when Zeke is back for game 1 with Tony Pollard to back him up?
For me, you and Jerry and Steven seem to be so convinced that Tony Pollard is going to do it. I don't even know why you even offering Zeke.
No, well, obvesily he's not Zeke, but Zeke will be there.
But that's not what you're saying. You have it. Look at this play right here.
I'm just saying, in case of emergency, as Jerry said after the game, he said we fully intend to sign Zeke and get him in, but he also said, you know what? We're going to play football with or without him, which is what you have to say right now. We're going to play football. And if they have to play football against the Giants and at the Redskins, 2 division rivals, with the chance to go 2-0 in the division right out of the chute, if they have to do it with Mike or Tony Pollard, I'm good with it.
Do it.
If
I'm Zeke, I'm like, Zeke, hey, why are we just dilly-dallying around? Jerry, go ahead and move me. Let me go somebody that's going to give me the money that I know I deserve. And y'all go ahead and try to go to the Super Bowl with Tony Pollard. I'm cool with that. But I want my money. Now, y'all been bull-jiving around for the better part of 3 months. Now, I'm tired of this. That's what I would say if I was Zeke.
You're tired of it, but I'm not, because it will happen. I told you, I won't even get anxious until a week from today, which is Labor Day.
Okay.
That's when I start to, I'm not going to say sweat, but fret a little bit. Like, let's get this done now.
Why you want to get done?
Now the clock starts ticking on Labor Day.
Yeah. But
and Jerry's got to go to work on Labor Day.
Yeah.
You said you don't really worry about it because you got the Giants and you got Washington, so you don't really need Zeke for those teams.
What happens in division games? I mean, you can throw out all the stats. It doesn't matter because you never know what can happen in division.
Exactly.
That's why I was hoping for Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins, but I'm probably not going to get either one of them.
One guy could possibly help you get to 8-8, 9-7. The other guy could get you deep in the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll have that guy.
No.
We'll have 21, and we'll have 3-6.
You could have done had him. All we want, give us
good. You know what's
give
beautiful
us
about this? What I love the most about this, unfortunately, we saw what happened to poor, I'm going to knock on wood, poor Lamar Miller, the first play of the game. It was just horrible. It's just like what I hate about the preseason. God bless him, speedy recovery. But at least my running back was in Cabo on Saturday night, so there wasn't even any threat that he's going to be on the football field. He probably wouldn't have been anyway, but there's always a threat. You know this. In camp practice, there's a threat, right?
But Skip, you got to hit. These guys don't hit anymore. And the first time they're getting any live contact is when they get into the game.
Yep.
You got to condition your body to take this kind of punishment. I'm not saying you got to do it like they did in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, Skip, where you hit 2-3 days a week. 25, 30 times a practice, but you got to get some hitting, Skip. Just like you wouldn't expect the guy to go out there to try to practice in training camp and he hadn't done any training in the sun.
Yep.
You got to condition your body
Sure.
to take the sun. That's why if you're going to play in a cold weather game, Skip, they don't let you. Sometimes you can't help it.
Yep.
But if it's going to be like Green Bay, it was cold when we were playing in Denver. Mike's like, what you think it's going to be like in Green Bay? We're going to practice in the cold. We're not going to practice in no dome because Lambeau is not a dome. But these guys want to go out there and play tackle football when they haven't conditioned their body to take any hits during the course of the week. I just don't know how you do it. I just don't.
I don't either. But the point is, my running back is safe down in Cabo, and he will be back in uniform for game 1. Will he be conditioned, ready for hitting? Probably not.
Right.
But I'll take him in game 1. I'll take.
It's going to take a couple of games to get the football because guess what?
Play his way into shape.
Running on the beach and doing all those stuff with tubing and all that, that's fine. Cone drills, that's great. But that's not a football under your arm with shoulder pads and a helmet on your head.
Right, which is why 2-1 in the first 2 games can split carries with 3-6, and we'll be just fine.
Oh, you already
Off
got
to
it.
the races.
You got it mapped out how it's gonna play out. How you gonna
maybe
split carry?
12 and 12 carries, something like that. 12.
Whoa! You actually think you're just gonna run the ball 24 times in a game, and that means Dak's gonna end up
throw a party, man.
And Dak's gonna be throwing it 40. No, because Skip, you know on average you run 65 plays. Only 21. That means Dak's gonna throw the ball 40. Skip, you ought to stop. You know good and well they ain't gonna let Dak throw no ball no 40 times.
I keep telling you, you missed what happened down the stretch over the last 8 games. My quarterback had top 5 in the league statistics once he got Amari Cooper. How do you explain that?
Is he top 5?
Well, he had top 5 stats.
No, I don't know about all that.
You know what? I don't care. I care about production, what I see on the field. You can have top 5, 10, 20. I don't care what you have. All I know is they went 7-1 down the stretch. He had 13 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. 3rd most completions, 4th most yards thrown, and 5th most air distance and how far the passes traveled. This is over 8 games, not over 2 games, not small sample size, half a football season.
So I'm not withstanding a half a football season. The NFL players and execs and coaches and writers watched him over 16 games. And why didn't the players put him in the top 100? 15 quarterbacks. He wasn't one of them.
I'll give Ben Roethlisberger's answer on NBC.
Oh, yeah?
Go ask them. Go ask them.
Maybe we should.
That's what he said about AB last night.
Yeah, we are going to talk about Big Ben. Appreciate that easy transition for me. So, Big Ben.